Okie dokie, right. So, Spy Who Loved Me. Let's talk about this film. Do I need more light? I think the lighting's pretty good. So, yes, Spy Who Loved Me. And I said before in the last couple of reviews, James Bond was in a sort of a weird era. It was like Connery's gone, George Lazenby's in, now George Lazenby's out, Connery's back, now Connery's gone again. Now we get this new guy, Roger. Is it good? I don't know. Is it working? Is it working, everybody? Are we happy? Are we happy with Roger? Should we give him a shot? Should we give him another James Bond film? Should we give him two? Well, how about three? How about we do three? And so that's where we are now. We're at Roger Moore's third James Bond film, and in my opinion, this is one of the best James Bond films. Definitely Roger Moore's best Bond film. I'll fight anybody who disagrees with me. This is the one of the best Bond films, okay? Because as I've said before, I feel like this understands James Bond, and it just understands what Roger Moore brings to the table as James Bond and what type of movie you should make around him. That's what this is. And it's goofy. It's definitely goofy, but it's goofy in the right way. It's goofy in a way where you think that's actually kind of cool. Because it starts off with this one of the best openings to any of the James Bond films. Yes, he's wearing a silly outfit and he's doing a bit of skiing, and then skis off the cliff, falls, and then he's the parachute, and it makes you proud to be British. It makes you proud to be British. That's one of the best openings. And then after that, you get the song, great song, and then after that, you go on this amazing adventure. It's funny. There's a hot Russian. He goes to Egypt. There's a cool henchman called Jaws. The main villain is all right. I think he was supposed to be Blofeld at one point, but then they changed him, which is fair enough. And, he's got this underwater hideout, which is cool. And I will just say, people have said this, but I'll repeat it. It does feel a lot like You Only Live Twice. And that's probably why I like it. But actually, I would say it's a better version of You Only Live Twice. I mean, You Only Live Twice has, obviously, I have fond memories of watching that as a little kid and loving that film as a little kid. But I feel like this film kind of takes what that film did and sort of repackages it, kind of, and redoes it in a better way, actually, in some ways. I mean, I love all the ninjas and stuff in the You Only Live Twice, and I love all that, but this kind of does that again, but in a different locations and different whatever, it's different costumes and stuff. It's in the sea, not in space, and it's not in Japan. And so yeah, oh yes, the car. The car was cool in Goldfinger, but we didn't really have any cool cars, until now. This car is amazing. He's being chased by a helicopter, drives into the sea, and then comes out with the whole car chase in this is amazing. And the car is amazing. It turns into a submarine. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want? Jaws, great baddie, great henchman. He's scary. He's tall. He's got sharp teeth. I love this movie. I love it. What else can I say about it? I mean, it's Roger Moore's best film. And after this film, they knew exactly what they would, they knew exactly what they had with Roger Moore as James Bond. They then, took that and were like, right, okay, Moonraker, let's go even more crazy and go into space. Do that again, but in space, and it's yeah, cool. Yeah, I to be honest with you, I think I'm exhausted, to be honest with you, because I've made a lot of videos today, and I don't really quite know what else to say about this film other than it's really, really good, and there's a cool car in it. It's everything for me, everything is just surrounding that car. Yeah, so I think I'm done. I think I'm finished. I think I've finished this review. Yeah. Comment below. What do you think? What's your favorite James Bond film? What do you think about this series of videos that I've made? Do you think it's good? Do you think I'm doing a good job? Should I quit YouTube? Should I give up? That's that sort of thing. Are you liking this series? What would you say is your favorite James Bond film? Come and talk to me. Let's have a discussion. Let's do it. Let's do that. Yeah, because I honestly I don't think there's anything else I can really say about this. Like this film, it's good. It's good action. Roger Moore's great in it. I think it's good that the producers didn't like get rid of him after Man with the Golden Gun, because that probably could have happened. It could have happened, and they could have brought back Connery again. Thinking, oh well, it's not really working out. We've got to bring back Connery. But yeah, he did. This is his third film, so I think finally like people accepted him as Bond and fell in love with Roger. And so yeah, and I've got nothing else to say about it. The opening, parachute scene, that I got nothing. I've got nothing. Okay, I'm just gonna end this review. Bye. Goodbye. Right, we've now cut into the future. I filmed my Spy Who Loved Me review like ages back, a good number of weeks ago. I filmed it on like the same day where I did like a whole bunch of other reviews and stuff. Anyway, by the time I got to Spy Who Loved Me, I got super, super exhausted. And when I got to that film, I suddenly just like froze halfway through it and was just like, yeah, it's a good film, whatever. And then I was just like sat there for a minute, just like going, I don't know what else to say here, it's a good movie. So yeah, I cut the video, I stopped the video, and just thought, okay, I'll come back to this in the future. And sorry if I'm a bit, I'm all sweaty. Basically, right, this black background was giving me like aggro. I was trying to fix it up. I think it's broken. Anyway, I put the wrong thing around the wrong thing. Anyway, I was like there for an hour trying to fix it. So I've now gone all sweaty and I'm stressed. But I'm still going to finish off this review and talk about The Spy Who Loved Me, because it's a really good movie. And there's some things I forgot to mention. So the music in this film, the music is not done by John Barry, which is weird because up until this point, he's literally done every single score for James Bond. Every single musical score, he's done it. He didn't do like the main James Bond theme for like the original, that Doctor No, like the da 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 da, that thing. But he did help out on that. I think that was Monty Norman who did that song. But anyway, the point is he's been there from the beginning. But he was working on the first one. And I actually made a bit of an error in one of my previous videos. I actually said he did all of the James Bond songs, which is not true, because there's been lots of different musical composers and people who have done scores for James Bond. Yeah, so the guy who did the music was called Marvin Hamlisch. And of course, Carly Simon did Nobody Does It Better, which is a great song. It's a good catchy sort of song, it's a good one. I don't know if I think I've already spoken about that. But anyway, another couple of things I forgot to mention. The main Bond girl in this film, she's called Triple X. Yeah, her name is XXX, so a bit like Triple X, the Vin Diesel movie, which got an Ice Cube sequel, and then a new Vin Diesel sequel. If you type in Triple X into Google, it'll come up with all sorts of fun things. But yeah, she's pretty hot. And there's some great lines actually in this film that I forgot to mention. There's one line where he's in Egypt and he's wearing like this Egyptian garb, and he says something like, "Oh well, when one is in Egypt, one must delve into its treasures," or something. So I don't know what he says. He says something like that. Says something cringe. I'll clip it. I'll put it in.
When one is in Egypt, one should delve deeply into its treasures.
And then there's another line at the very, very end where M and everybody discover him with the main Bond girl called Triple X. And then they're like, "Oh, 007, what are you doing?" And then he's just sort of like, "Keeping the British end up, sir." Anyway, that's hilarious. And then there's a good bit where there's a fight scene. And I know I've criticised Roger Moore's fighting But it's quite a good fight scene where it's on top of a roof and he kills this guy where he's hanging onto his tie and then he just goes like that and then the guy lets go of the tie and then falls to his death. That's a good bit. That's a very, very good bit. I like that bit because it's not like, I mean, again, it is kind of like one of those scenes where you see Roger Moore being a cold-blooded killer. But I mean, you could interpret it differently, I suppose. You could just sort of, you know, it's not really like he's killing him in cold blood. It's sort of like, get off my tie, you peasant. You know, it could be like that, you know. And again, yeah, this film, I think, gets Roger Moore right. It gets the locations right. It gets everything right. I think I've spoken about everything, so I think I'll cut this. I'll stop this video now. Anyway, this film is the best Roger Moore James Bond film. I would say though as well. Again, I don't want to be a negative nanny, but like Roger Moore, he's not my favourite James Bond. Okay, a bit of a hot take here, but I prefer Timothy Dalton. But sorry, I think Timothy Dalton is a much better James Bond. We'll get to him later. But what I'm just trying to say here is this: is like obviously everybody has their top 10, you know, like list of James Bond films. These are your top 10s, you know, or these are your top 5 or whatever. This is the only Roger Moore Bond film that's on my top 10. I mean, I like all of Roger Moore's films, or in the top 5. I like them all for different reasons, but none of them are really on my top 10 or top 5, except for this one, because this is just a good James Bond film that just gets it right, really. Because the last 2 films, I don't know, it was the weird era, but I think officially now the weird era is over. Roger Moore has now done three Bond films, and obviously he continues on and makes more, but he's now sort of solidified himself. He's cemented himself as James Bond, and now, yeah, you know, I bet back in the day, 1970s or in the 80s, it was like, right, this is our Bond. We're going to go see a movie. Oh, I see James Bond is back on the big screen. Oh, it's Roger Moore. Great, cool. We love Roger. You know. I bet that's what the vibe was. You know, when movies were fun. Yeah. I would also as well. Just another little thing. I hope. I mean, I don't think they're going to do this with the new Bond film, but like, it would be nice to get a fun James Bond film again. You know, not too much fun, not like Octopussy, which I'll get to. But like just a fun film just like this, you know. But either way, I'm going to stop talking now. Great film. Yeah, done. Right. Bye.